showing you guys my wrap that I had. It was like $15 at the airport, but really good. Everybody was asleep. I was bored. Then, once we landed, we had to drive 3 hours to my grandparents' cabin. We made some stops along the way. We stopped to see this giant walleye statue, and there was a bee there that was attacking David, my sister's boyfriend, like a bee just following him. And then we drove and drove and drove and finally made it to my grandparents' cabin, my favorite place on earth. We got there right in time for sunset, and David was already getting attacked by mosquitoes. But the sunset was beautiful. We went down to the dock to watch and see if we could see the green flash once the sun hit the horizon, but we didn't see it this time. But it was so peaceful, even though we were being attacked by bugs. It was kind of worth it, and a great end to a long, long travel day. Then we went back to the cabin. I went and found my grandparents' cat, Jeep. They have 3 cats. They have Jeep, Juno, and Nick, and they're all pretty chunky, pretty cute, and I love them all, although Jeepy is a little bit scared of other people. The next morning, I woke up bright and early to go fishing with my dad and my grandpa. Did I catch anything? I got one really, 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 really small fish. Doesn't even count, but my dad got some, but then he accidentally dropped it right away. I got this amazing clip of the loons, so I'm just gonna stop talking so you can listen. The water was so clear that I was just watching the fish. I kind of got bored of actually fishing and just decided to watch the lake like it was an aquarium. And it was so cool. I've never been able to see through the water that well and just watch the fish go about their day. Then this is a clip of a baby loon, and then later on I have a clip of its mom. But fun fact, loon noises are actually added in to scary movies to make them more scary. But loons only live in lakes, so unless the movie is like Friday the 13th, it makes no sense. Once our fishing was over and everybody else was awake, we went on the Big Maple, and we went tubing. Nobody fell off because my grandparents don't go that crazy, but I put this in super speed because I thought it was way funnier that way. We could not see, we could barely breathe. It doesn't look like it, but we were getting splashed. There was sunscreen in our eyes. When we got back to the cabin, I found Jeep like this, and I have never seen something so cute in my entire life. Then for dinner, we went to a place that you can actually boat up to, and it has arcade games and like appetizers, and we were trying to win this thing for so long. We kept getting it, and then it fell. The next morning, we went to this random guy's garage that sells fireworks. He had loads and loads of them because they're actually illegal in Minnesota. So we bought some of those. We went back to the cabin, and it was a beautiful, beautiful day out. So my grandpa, of course, had to give David a tour of his garden because David had never been there before. And I'm just showing you guys how beautiful this place is. Like, I'm going to live there someday. I better live there someday. This is my grandpa's garden. He grows it all himself, and he's the funniest guy ever. Whenever we go in his garden, he always quizzes us. He hands us something and he makes us smell it, and we have to guess what it is. And then we always get some fresh raspberries and some fresh blueberries when we go in the garden, and sometimes we put them on top of ice cream. Delicious. This is just me showing you guys that my dad and my grandpa were making ribs for dinner later on, and I just thought the ribs looked really funny in the, I don't know what that even contraption even is. Then we went on the lake. David got to drive the boat, and then stop at Treasure City because it would be a pity to miss Treasure City. We went there as kids. We go there all the time. We had to show David. And it's just this huge souvenir shop with anything that you can think of. The most random things. It has gator heads, it has postcards, everything. Just weird, obscure things too. Then we went to my aunt's house, and this is her dog, Dakota, the cutest dog ever. Well, not ever, not cuter than my dogs, but maybe tied. And she loves attention. She was hopping up into our laps, and we played darts there. We had dinner there. The next morning, I did some real-time ASMR. We got ready and went to the Mall of America, and in the Mall of America has Nickelodeon Universe, which is like a theme park inside this massive mall. This is like the biggest mall in America, obviously, so we had to go on some rides, of course. Here I'm showing you guys the Ninja Turtle ride, which I actually don't like because you can flip up completely upside down, and I don't like it. It scares me. I like going upside down, but only on roller coasters, not rides like that. Then I tried Canes for the first time ever in my entire life, and honestly, not that amazing. People way overhype it. Here is Casey, my friend Ryan's dog. We stayed at our family friend's house for the rest of the trip while we were in the cities, and we just hung out with my mom's side of the family. She met us there, and we saw my grandparents on my other side. Didn't do that much anything interesting, really. We went on a hike